All right, good afternoon, everybody. There's another Cooking with Charlie episode. We are going to make my grandma's enchiladas. Um, I don't know where she got the recipe from, but she always used to make them for us for around Easter time. Don't know why. She just loved it. We both love Mexican food. So today we're going to do her enchiladas. And in the pan, I'm going to start with, I already started preheating the pan. I got a little olive oil in there. And I'm going to throw a little bit of some onion in there. Just kind of get them sauteed up a little bit. And I'm going to go grab some salt and pepper to throw a little bit of that on there. Make them sweat a little bit better. And pepper. Just enough to cover the onions, just a little bit. And then we are going to add some green chilies. And I'm making a double batch here, so I'm using two little cans of green chilies. And those will get all sauteed up and cooked down a little bit. And this is making an enchilada sauce from scratch. And I'm going to make some chicken enchiladas and cheese enchiladas. And I'm kind of prepping this ahead of time just so at dinner time they're ready to go. I can just throw them in the oven and they'll be ready. But you can make this ahead like a day or two ahead of time. You can make them ahead and freeze them and then put the whole pan back in the oven. You can do whatever you want. This is a good meal to definitely make ahead of time. So we're gonna let those sweat down a little bit and add the other ingredients. All right, so our onions and green chilies are just about ready. Right now I've got about 4 cups of chicken broth. Again, I'm doing a double recipe, so if you want to do half this, you can, obviously cut everything in half. So I got 4 cups of chicken broth, and I've got 3 cups of tomato sauce. And to the sauce, I'm going to add all the ingredients just to kind of make it easier for right now. I'm adding some salt, some pepper, and do it to whatever your taste is like. I usually do about a teaspoon or so. I'm going to add some cumin to it. And this I'm going to add a good teaspoon, maybe a little bit more, probably a couple teaspoons. And I like my Mexican food just a little bit on the spicy side, so I'm using some cayenne pepper. Not a whole lot of this. Some garlic. I'm going to add a good 2 tablespoons of that. And some Cajun seasoning. And a good roughly tablespoon. So we got all that, and I'm going to mix it all together. So now those onions are ready, so we're going to add our chicken broth. And the tomatoes sauce. Ooh, those peppers got me. Down there for a second. I gotta get the spatula to get all the sauce out of there, to get all the seasonings out of it. And we're just gonna stir this up. Get it all nice and combined, and then I'm going to let it simmer for a little while, for about, good 15 to 20 minutes, kind of get all them green chilies and onions juices into this nice enchilada sauce. All right, we're back. The sauce I got it up to a boil, and then I let it simmer for about 15 minutes. I'm just giving it a good whisk to get everything kind of mixed up into there, and then I'm going to start assembling these enchiladas. So what I'm going to do to start off with, I'm going to take a ladle full and pour it into the bottom of my pan. Then I'm going to put all these in so that way they don't stick. And I'm basically going to assemble right in the pan. So now the one trick to doing these is the one that I thought was the most unique way was I take the tortilla with some tongs, because this is hot. You don't have to heat up your tortillas because this enchilada sauce is hot, very hot. So I've got my tortilla, I dipped it in there. So the flavor of the enchilada sauce gets all the way through. And then what I'm going to do is I've already got some pre-shredded up chicken. I cooked it in an Instapot. If you ever cook chicken in an Instapot to get it shredded, I highly suggest. It's very easy. You just put it in, forget about it, come back, and it just shreds apart. Just follow the directions on the Instapot on how to cook, how long to cook the shredded chicken. And then I also added the seasonings to the pot while it was cooking, so it got it infused into the chicken. So now I'm going to take some chicken, and I'm throwing it in the tortilla. Sorry, it's hard to see. And then I'm going to take a little bit of cheese and put that in there. And then I'm going to roll it up. And then I'm just going to push it off to the side. And that's one enchilada done. And then I just keep doing it. And you can add whatever you want. Chicken, cheese. I'm going to do half of these are going to be chicken. Half of them are going to be cheese. You can put whatever else you want in it. You can put ground beef, anything you could possibly think of that's your favorite. So I'll show you when it's all done. All right, now we got all the enchiladas done. We've got half chicken. Oh, this whole pan is chicken. This whole pan is just cheese. And we still have about that much sauce left. So now, the one thing that I forgot to add to it was the cornstarch. So the cornstarch will help thicken it up, so I threw it back on after I made my wraps and added it up so it got thicker. Otherwise, it would have been really soupy. So sorry I forgot to show you that step. Now what I'm doing is I'm just layering the sauce over the top of it, and that way the tortillas don't dry out. So I'm doing probably about half of this pan, enough to get them covered up. And putting the tortillas in the sauce beforehand will also help so that the tortillas don't dry out. Alright, now at this point, like I said before, you could freeze these, and I would recommend freezing them just like this, but I'm going to be cooking mine here shortly, so I'm going to take shredded cheese. You can put whatever you want on here, pepper jack, whatever melts nice and good. Pepper jack will add a little flavor to it. And I'm just covering them up. And I'll stick this in the oven till they're nice and bubbly. So I'll show you that step when it's time. Alright, we just pulled out the enchiladas out of the oven. We had them in the oven for about 25-30 minutes at 350 degrees. And now we've been letting them sit for about 5 minutes, so they should be pretty good. And we're going to give these a shot. I'm trying the chicken ones right now. And I like a little onion on mine. And you can top them with whatever you want: sour cream, salsa, hot sauce, onions, green onions, cilantro, whatever you want to do. And let's give this a shot. Get a nice good bite with all the chicken and everything in there. No, that's a good enchilada. Hope you guys enjoy the recipe and just have a good time with it. All right, thank you.